listening to the Presence Pioneers podcast. Hey everyone, it's Matthew Lilley. Just wanted to wish you a happy holidays and give you an update on the next season of the podcast. We are going to launch our next season on January 1st. We're going to continue to release episodes on Wednesdays as we have all year, and Wednesday happens to land on New Year's Day. And happy to announce that the theme of our second season is going to be presence-centered communities. Now, we took a little bit of a detour with our Back to Eden season, just a little bit of a different flavor and focus compared to many of our previous episodes that have been very zeroed in on worship, prayer, missions, revival, and leadership. And so we're going to kind of reorient back to the heart of what Presence Pioneers is really all about. And that is that I believe God is inviting the church to put his presence right in the center of their life and ministry and expression, and therefore invite the presence of God into their cities and regions and nations to bring transformation, to bring heaven on earth, because I believe God's presence changes everything. So what is a presence-centered community? This is a term that I like to use. And the way I've defined that is that a presence-centered community consistently and corporately engages with God through worship and prayer as their primary activity. All right, I'm going to say that one more time because it's a lot. Every word's important here. A presence-centered community consistently and corporately engages with God through worship and prayer as their primary activity. Now that's important. I'm going to unpack that more, but I want to just drop that as a little nugget to tease you today for the next season that's coming. I think biblically, you can look at Antioch in Acts 11 through 15. You can look at the Tabernacle of David as really important biblical prototypes for presence-centered communities. So when we launch in the new year, we're going to have interviews, probably a lot more interviews. I'm going to also do some teachings as well, just to zero in for a few months. We're going to dive deep, both biblically and practically. So if you're a leader or you serve as a volunteer on a team at a presence-centered community, a house of prayer, a burn, a praying church, this is going to be right up your alley. We want to really help you and equip you and encourage you with strength to continue building. And for some of you, you've got a pioneering desire in your heart and you haven't quite taken a step of faith. And I hope that this pushes you right over the edge to become a presence pioneer and begin to pioneer a place of God's presence right there in your city, wherever you are. And also just wanted to give you an update. You may notice if you were tuning in on Substack or YouTube that there is no video to go with this little update here. And we are going to shift away from video and just keep the podcast to an audio format. Most of you listen rather than watch. And so rather than spending much of our resources and time editing videos and preparing those, we're just going to do the audio because most of you are just listening. And the truth is, it takes us a lot more time to produce a video than an audio podcast. And since that's not really helping most of you to watch it, we're going to just stick with audio for now. If you have any complaints, feel free to file them with the complaint department, and we will pass that on to those who are in charge of the podcast here. Obviously, I'm just kidding. So this is what we're going to be doing for the next season. Excited to continue to journey with you guys. Stay tuned, subscribe, get ready. If you've got any previous episodes you haven't listened to during our little off break during the month of December, go ahead and binge all of the previous podcast episodes because we've got a bunch of amazing new stuff coming your way in 2025. Bless you guys again. Happy holidays. And don't forget that God's presence changes everything.